What are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts on that, see, whoever did that is a suck ass nigga or suck ass female, whoever did it. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, going to desecrate that man after he gone, but they doing it while he here. But let's not get so caught up in the materialistic things, and let's think about the spiritual things that he left behind for us to withhold on to. Stuff that you could withhold on to, like from words, feel, sense, touch, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? People do that a dime a day. People go to ops graves, go piss on them, disrespect their mothers, disrespect their fathers. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of that going on. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing we really could do to stop that. We could get a hold of it. Hopefully they get a hold of that person and beat the shit out that person that did it. You know what I'm saying? But that's where the respect thing starts at home. That's where it starts at.
Mm. Do you think it comes from all this drill music that we're hearing, where everybody's trying to out-top each other, filming videos at people's grave sites and this and dead ops and things like that?
Did that enhance it? Yes. Back in the day, you gotta remember, the OGs, they riding out the oldies for goodies putting in work. So it wasn't the music. You can't say the music. It's the press. It's whatever in that person's nature. So if it's in that person's nature, all the music did was just enhance it for them to do it.
Gotcha.
That was it. So you gotta remember, back in the day, they was riding out the jazz. So now that you got the drill scene going on, I will say a lot of them like to copycat. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them cats that do the drill scene, they not even with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch so many interviews with a lot of rappers like Soulja Boy, 2 Chainz, Future. They selling us those dreams. But when you ask them, they say, "Oh man, we don't do them kinds of drugs. I ain't out here drinking every day. I ain't out here hanging every day. Like if I hang every day, I'm not gonna make no progress."
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job.
I have Trey Dog. What up, man?
What's going on with you, big cuz?
Man, dog. Glad to chat with you, homeboy.
What's moving?
Yeah. Well, shit, man. Before we jump into your life, definitely want to hear your story and everything. But we just had a recent situation out here in LA, and I would love your take on it. Nipsey Hussle's mural was recently vandalized. I'm sure you heard the story, and and allegedly, I gotta say allegedly, it was by some Inglewood dude named Capone. Talk to me about your feelings, man, when you see something like this happen to such a positive dude.
Well, I'm gonna send a major shout out to all my neighbors. I'm from moving, you know what I'm saying? I'm from over the 4 trades, but as a collective whole, because it's a sensitive and it's a fresh matter, and I don't want nobody to feel no type of weight, but it ain't just. I mean, I feel like this. It ain't just a 60s issue. That's Crip as a whole, because I ain't know the guy person, but that's still my guy. That's my brother. You know what I mean? And I just feel like if you can, wall banging is for suckers anyway. You know what I'm saying? You only whacking somebody's name out. As it's been said, it's going to keep me saying is you done killed them. And I just feel like, personally, shorty clout chasing. I ain't going to lie to you, cuz, for real. He definitely clout chasing. But I don't know what his intentions outside of that clout was, because, it could be a major situation.
Yeah. This could lead to something really bad, yeah.
And that's I'm not gonna say that's my fear, what I'm afraid of, but hey, it is what it is.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely the truth. And like you said, it's a lot of clout chasing. I mean, he took pictures in front of it, holding the spray can, and
but not to cut you off, cuz, but you know what though? You know what's crazy?
What's up?
It's the era we living in with this internet.
Yeah.
And the internet is claiming a lot of people.
Yep. And everybody's trying to outdo each other, it seems, man. I mean, it started with this Tekashi 6ix9ine character, and it seems like everybody's just doubling up and trying to be as disrespectful as possible.
I'm going to say it like anybody else probably thought about it. leave that in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Let them dudes. They started the disrespect on the. I mean, who disrespects somebody dead, homie or relative? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the sad part is you got dudes on both sides, like, you know, that probably want to, you know, do something to Shorty now. You know what I mean? And not just that, because I was talking, you know, I had my phone go off the hook yesterday behind that matter once the news broke.
Mm-hmm.
And even civilians is like, oh, nah, man, where he at? I'm trying to go slide up on him. I'm like, man, look, let them people handle their business.
Yeah, he can't go anywhere in the country. I mean, Rollins are pretty much everywhere, and it's going to be a bad situation for him. Even a few years down the line, let's say everybody forgets about this, and you know it's not viral anymore. I mean, there's still people, you know, a few years down the line that are going to remember this, and
that's going to feel some type of weight.
Yeah.
I mean, Crip as a whole, we nationwide. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't. That's. I mean, you know, I could say, okay, well, you know, it's a 6-0 matter, but nah, Crip as a whole. I'm gonna say it like this. Me, I'm pissed. I'm genuinely pissed. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even from 6-0, but even with other folks I done talked to, they genuinely pissed. You know what I mean? Because it's disrespect, and that's somebody that we lost, that we love. I mean, that like I said, it's a sensitive matter because you know, in one hand, it's pain, and then it's hurt, you know, and then it's disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
And we, you know, like I said, Crip as a whole, man, we feel some type of weight.
Let me ask you, you know, is this something, your own personal situation, your own set, is this something that, let's say one of your little homies did something like this and he put it all on the internet and took pictures and blah, blah, blah. Is this something that would get someone reprimanded by their own hood?
Honestly speaking, man, listen, when you do something, and you know you out of order because it's laws and bylaws. When you do something, it's gonna have a repercussion regardless, and you gonna get disciplined, especially something like that. So this is one of my little homies. You know what I'm saying? That did that. We got to handle that because if you don't, it falls back on the whole hood. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the real truth.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. Nipsey, man. I hope this doesn't happen again. But sadly, like you said, we're living in a world where it's probably gonna happen again, unfortunately. But,
I mean, that's just like, you know, when I looked into that situation, when, you know, I got the forwards and all of that, I did a little research. Mm-hmm. It's not just California. There was a whole situation, I think, a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, in Connecticut or something.
Okay.
Or was this a couple years? I can't remember the timeline to be exact. But it was a chick that damaged his mirror in Connecticut. I mean, she is a civilian, so you know what I mean. And if I'm not gonna say folks gave that a pass, I don't know what's going on up there. You know what I mean? But you can't be. You know, it's not even about the money that's going at. That's that man legacy still here for us to remember. Mm-hmm. And you done destroyed that.
Yeah. We're trying
that's
to.
Almost, it's speaking, you trying to, but it's almost like speaking ill on that man's name. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to go over too well.
Yeah.
We're talking about Nipsey Hussle. Mm-hmm. That's like the Martin Luther King, the Malcolm X of the rolling 60s. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And of Crippin, period, like you said, even just he was bigger than the rolling 60s, in my opinion.
He was big. He was big. You know, I idolize him. You know
Bloods
what I'm saying?
love him. I mean, essays love him. I mean,
man, everybody loved him. You know what I'm saying? And when I say like that hurt almost just like that day, you know, everybody was wherever we was at around the world and got that sad news that he had passed away. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you just picked the whole scab. And the scab wasn't even healed. So now, what happens when the scab not healed? Mm-hmm. It's got to start all the way over again. Mm. You know what I mean? Mm. I don't know what his intentions was. You know, I mean, like, you know, it's an allegation, but when the evidence is the evidence, what can you say?
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little
Probably
bit
died
of
in these streets, but I survived through my name.
Dusty Vision TV. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Please tell a friend about my program. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle. On the line, I got one of my dudes who's been on the show many times. It's always a pleasure to have him on. And I'm definitely looking forward to chatting with them today about this recent situation with Nipsey Hussle's mural being vandalized. Ladies and gentlemen from D.C., I have my boy Phantom Loke. What up, man?
What's cracking?
Shit, good to have you back on, Playboy.
Good to be back.
Yeah. Well, shit, man, I'm sure you heard what happened out there within the past week. And before we get started, just remind everybody what set you're from.
West Side, Rolling 30, Harlem Crip, cuz Avenue 30 in the middle. Avenues are no news.
So you have a somewhat closer connection to Nipsey Hussle than most of us out there, being from Roland. When you heard about this vandalism situation that allegedly happened, and I got to say allegedly, from a dude named Capone from Inglewood, what were your first thoughts, man?
My first thought is like, how many times and why do people feel the need to damage murals like Nipsey Hussle, George Floyd? You know what I'm saying? I see, people vandalizing these dudes' murals, and these people left a legacy. And yeah, I don't see them doing that to, Confederate statues or monuments or anything like that. I don't see them having the same type of energy, but they feel comfortable doing that to, people that, like Nipsey Hussle, trying to bring unity. Like, he was, like, trying to bring Crips and Bloods, Hoovers. He was trying to, like, make a huge movement. He was really trying to bring generational wealth, rejuvenation in his community, and unfortunately his life was taken by someone from his own set that was supposed to see his partner. But to see that, it's like people always wonder why us as Black people, and let alone gang members, can't come together and have unification. That's exactly the reason right there. Because every time we do, there's always that one motherfucker, that one dude, that one person that just want to keep shit going, that just want to keep, like, things can be cool. There's always that one dude that just want to stir some new shit up, and that's the perfect example right there. And it's really disappointing to where gaming as a whole is now. It's not just Crip and Blood; it's just the streets and just game banging itself. It's really washed out. It's like washed out. And this is exactly the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, you have dudes that just hop off the porch. It's this clown Capone, that probably didn't even respect his parents or anything like that as a kid, and didn't have no guidance and knowing common sense right from wrong. Like, you just don't, wall banging, it's like this. It's one thing to tag up a wall, like a regular wall, but tagging up a mural, that is the ultimate disrespect. Like, in the same lines as like shooting up a funeral, or like this. I don't know who these artists are, but they're like beefing in Florida, and one of these dudes decided to shoot this video.
Julio and Young and Ace.
Yeah, one of their enemigos' grave site.
That's like smoke. Yeah.
On the same line. And like, you've seen colors and all. Like, the police came up to one of the cholos and told him, why are you painting over this mural? And the cholo started feeling some type of way, because he knows what he was doing. He was really putting himself in a death sentence. That is like a one-way ticket to death. Tagging over a mural, not a wall, a mural.
Yeah.
That's sacred in gang culture, and just like, just in general. Like, you don't tag over a mural. That's a
that's basically a historical art, historical landmark. You just don't do stuff like that.
Mm. How long is this guy going to be able to survive? Not just in LA, but I mean, Rollins are everywhere, Crips are everywhere. Bloods love Nipsey, essays love Nipsey.
I'm gonna tell you this, you know, because me, you know, what I'm saying us and the '60s, we in the same car, you know, what I'm saying, except like, you know, what I'm saying they also in the neighborhood car, but we Harlems and all, but he like Roland is one of the biggest cars, Crip cars in, you know, what I'm saying the Crip culture and like, you know, what I'm saying the Crip organization. He is going to have a very hard time trying to get away from any Roland, especially the 6.0s. The 6.0s are a whole different breed of Roland. You know what I'm saying? They're a whole different breed. They not going to let that shit slide not one bit. You know what I'm saying? So what he just really did is that he just put himself in a pond full of gators that are just waiting to just tear him up. Now the question is, which gator is going to chop him up? Because that's what them 6.0s is known for, chopping, you know what I'm saying, just tearing shit up. And he just basically just put himself in that freaking position to where he's just going to get ate up. So
yeah.
he's done, to be honest with you. If the only thing that can save him now is if his OGs, I wouldn't even call them OGs, like, you know what I'm saying, no disrespect, but them OGs, that was like in the 70s and 80s and 90s. There's no OGs anymore. I just call him his big homie. The only way that shit can be resolved is if his big homies give him a DP. If he doesn't get that DP, you know what I'm saying, and that shit get resolved, then them 6.0 is going to be on the way. They don't waste no time. Niggas don't waste no time with some shit like that. And you know what's crazy though?
What's that?
It's funny that you where you talk about this, because I just saw today that he made another video dissing Cowboy from 6.0 right after, because
he's been on live. He's been on live a few times and has been very disrespectful. But yeah,
yeah, like he really does not have any idea what he's playing against. Like, you messing with the 6.0s is like messing with the evil entity. All right, like them niggas, man. I don't even know what. You know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas not gonna fuck around with him. They're gonna do what they got to do. Period. Point blank.
yeah. And how could you even trust, like, let's say a female? Let's say you link up with a female on Instagram or whatever, right? And how do you like link up with her not thinking in the back of your head, man, this bitch is about to set me up? Like, he has to live probably the rest of his life thinking that.
But see, that's why, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, it's like, it's like the old saying says, don't do to others what you don't want done to you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if it was the flip side, if it was a Crip tagging over a blood mural, I know the Bloods are going to feel disrespected. I know they're going to feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? They're going to feel the same type of way as we do, especially us rolling no Crips. They're going to feel some type of way. So why do something that you don't want done to you? If you don't want something done, if you don't want that to be done to you, don't do it in the first place. It's common sense. Because everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything, it's like everything you do is going to counterattack. Like, you ride on the wall, they're going to ride on the wall. You beat up somebody, they're going to beat somebody. You shoot somebody, they're going to shoot somebody. It's like whatever you do is going to come right back to you like a boomerang.
Yeah, man. Yeah, as an older cat looking in, it's a shame that we have to deal with this stuff, and it's only going to lead to possibly more people dying, and just and if the streets aren't on fire enough already, this just added an extra flame to it. So, man,
I'm gonna say it like this: like, us Crips as a whole, you know, like, it's not even officially summer yet, but I just feel like we already take some L's. You know, it's just and too much going on out here in these streets and all is just ridiculous, you know. And a lot of shit is being occurred by people that's the closest to you. It's the people closest to you that'll take you out. You don't have to. It's not really the enemigos you really got to worry about nowadays. It's the people that's in your own circle, or the people that's right next to you that you see every day. That means near and dear to you and close to you that you don't even think that they're going to take you out. It is really sad that it has to come down to it like that. It's really sad. I don't know what happened over the years, but it's really sad how things are. It's like you can't even trust nobody anymore, not even your closest.
And and on the flip side, if they don't get you, what if they get somebody close to you, man? Like, you got to think about your family. You know, your favorite cousin that might get shot over some bullshit that you did, or, you know, stuff like that. And not just tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 3 years down the line when everybody's forgot about it. It's not viral anymore. You know what I'm saying? If somebody sees you, they're like, oh, that's the motherfucker from 3 years ago that did that shit. You forgot about it. You probably went on and probably man of God now and praising the Lord 7 days a week, but that dude didn't forget about it.
Shit, me? I wouldn't forget. To this day, to be honest with you, I still remember motherfuckers' faces from since school days. I still remember motherfuckers' faces and shit that, you know what I'm saying, personally, me, I got, you know what I'm saying, I need to catch that fade with them. So if I can still remember that shit, niggas definitely gonna remember that shit. Other motherfuckers gonna still remember that shit unless they got amnesia. But other than that, they still gonna remember that.
And I'm not condoning crime. I don't want anybody to think that I am condoning killing or revenge or get back or anything. I'm condoning just stopping this bullshit, period. Like, that's what I'm condoning. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, of course. Nah, we never, you know what I'm saying? We don't preach that, you know what I'm saying, negativity and anything like that. It's just, the problem is that these younger generations, like, they just hopping off the porch, you know what I'm saying? They think this is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and all that, you know what I'm saying, when it's not. You know what I'm saying? In the game, you know what I'm saying, the ball is shoot you and all that stuff, and they kill you. You get brought back to life in the hospital and all that shit. In real life, you know, it's really slim depending on what they shoot you with. Like, you might come back, or you might come back crippled, or you might end up dead. Like, you never know. Or you just might come back a whole different person, like in terms of a really deadly person, you know, because you being in the hospital for a long time, if you smell blood, or, you know what I'm saying, while you're sleeping off, you know, that really transforms your brain, your mindset. It really changes it.
Yeah, man. Well, shit, Phantom, I really appreciate you coming on, man. And I had Trey Dog on from 4 Trey Gangsta Crip out there, and he wanted to send a shout out personally to you, Swift, and to Avenue Trey. And I have, man, thank you for reminding me about Swift, man. I've been so busy running around that I totally forgot, but I texted him as soon as you sent me that message. So I'm going to have Harlem Swift on real soon to share his story as well.
Anytime.
Man, it's always a pleasure, man. I can't wait to make it out there to DC and kick it with you guys. Definitely going to try to make it happen, you know, come 2022, man. I'm going to do a lot more traveling and in-person interviews and things like that. So you're going to be one of the first people I'll reach out to, man, when I make that journey.
Hey, when you come out here, just let me know. I'll definitely, you know what I'm saying, I'm willing to link up, you know what I'm saying, show you the homies and all that.
Perfect. Sounds good, man. Well, shit, dog, you be safe out there, man, and I'll definitely be in touch.
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace.
Just Division TV. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and please tell a friend about my program. Appreciate everybody helping me get to 25,000 subscribers. That was one of my goals, and I can't thank you guys enough out there. Really looking forward to catching up with my dude. He's been on the program before. Ladies and gentlemen, from San Diego, California, I have True Blue. What up, True Blue?
Hey, what's going on, Dusty? Just hanging in there, you know, maintaining. I'm out of state, though, right now.
Yep. Remind everybody what set you're repping.
I'm from San Diego 30, West Coast.
Yep. Well, Before we jump into your life, there are a few things we didn't get to talk about last time on the show, and I encourage everybody out there to check out the first interview I did with True Blue. Just type in Dusty Vision TV San Diego, and it'll be the first video to pop up. But before we jump into your life, man, we had something happen in Los Angeles about a week or so ago, and I would love your opinion on this, man. As you probably heard, Nipsey Hussle's mural was vandalized, allegedly by a guy in Inglewood named Capone. What are your thoughts on that whole situation?
Unfortunately, Nipsey's, he's the icon in the black community, across the gang banging. But really, in gang banging, like, I think Baby Capone was from Inglewood family or something. So pretty much they got a history of beef. So them crossing him out is just like crossing another name out. It wasn't nothing intentional, directed. It's just more or less they beef. And it just, because it was Nipsey, a lot of other people feel certain ways. But out there, I'm pretty sure Baby Capone's homies don't give a fuck about him doing it. They ain't gonna do nothing to him about it. It's disrespectful to Nipsey as the icon, but overall with the gangbang, what I'm saying is they're not gonna stop because it's Nipsey. Don't matter of fact, they might even go over there intentionally because it's Nipsey, and he's from the rival gang,
Yeah.
But he did leave his name on there, so that says a lot. I'm looking at it as far as like, as a gang member, it ain't no secret. Shit. Really, that's how you used to get reputations. Getting in fights at school, juvenile hall, people knew your name ring. But I guess he did it. This day and age, I'm what I'm saying. I think when he did that, he's ready for whatever comes with it. It's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? That. It could have been a 60s killed, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they could have came and whacked his name out. In the gang world, it's just as serious as Nipsey getting whacked out. You know what I mean? It's so, he did what he did. He gonna have to stand on it. He left his name. It is what it is.
Has this been something, like, was that something that was going on back when you were coming up? Like, just the disrespect and trying to be as disrespectful as possible to the other set?
Yeah, different shit happened over the years. Yeah, it's quite a few different things I remember about funerals, but I can't remember. Like, I wasn't never at no funeral per se, but yeah, there's been a lot. As far as spray paint on the walls and things of that nature. Pretty much, it's just. You might have somebody come through from the outskirts and cross your shit out, but you really just marking your neighborhood. I usually leave a lot of the homies that's resting in peace names around the set, and pretty much some of the lifers, that I recall at that time. So it's basically keeping our history around, for the younger generation when they coming up. But at the same time, to kick over candles and all that, I think that candle stuff is like a modern, that wasn't always a lot of candles, it always was flowers, I remember. But I'm not sure about nobody kicking over no candles, but I did hear that some of their homies' candles got kicked over by the 60s. I did hear that. I don't know if it was a rumor or not. Yeah, so it go both ways, disrespecting the dead, but shit. Some of the dudes disrespecting the dead got dead brothers, so it is what it is. We gotta grow anyway, outside of that part. We gotta grow in general, what I'm saying? Quit killing each other, period.
This man channel off the chain. He got all the best content from everywhere, not just LA, from everywhere. He got everybody, the real dudes. He's putting it down. I'm rocking with you, Dusty Vision.
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace.
As you all know, we had a recent situation out here in Los Angeles where the late great Nipsey Hussle's mural was vandalized. And on the line to discuss that and street politics in general, I have Big Scooby. How are you, Big Scooby?
What's up, Dusty Vision? What's up, homie?
Man, nothing much, man. Appreciate you joining the program, man. Well, when you got the news about Nipsey Hussle's mural being vandalized, what were your first thoughts?
I mean, I looked at it from two ways. When Capone Young did that, you have you could do it for clout, but at the same time, they enemies. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it depends on how you want to look at it. If you're doing it for clout, that's disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? If you're doing it for anyway, it's just disrespectful. That's a problem because out of all the sets, that particular set, the 60s, is a very reputable, big. They have the numbers, but Inglewood family do too. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so when he did that, I'm like, man, that's bold. Just to do that in that area, that's like ground zero for the 60s. So I'm like, you got to have, I don't know if he did it late at night, early in the morning, he had to, but you got to be fast and because you taking that's a risk. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, man, even just all the police that be around there, it's so much stuff that happened within that area. You see what I'm saying?
Tourists
when I was growing up, oh man, dog, you got so many tourism, the police. It's actually better than that because when I was growing up and you seen them pictures with Nip and all them dudes in the plaza, that shit is true. You talking about 30, 40 people in that plaza. It was always something that went down in that plaza. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, for you to do that in that area, you're taking a big risk and you stupid, And from what I seen online, he looked young, maybe like early 20s or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he don't really give a damn.
Yeah.
You know how that go.
Yeah. So talk to me about the street politics side of this. We know about the clout and how people are turning up now with the clout and trying to disrespect each other, as much as possible. Talk to me about the street politics side of this because street banging and, crossing out gangs, it's always been a thing. But how is this different? Or is it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay. If you want to take it back to the 70s, these were two particular gangs have already been enemies, right? But the 60s been mainly feuding with like the Hoovers and A-Trays, mainly A-Trays. So, but yes, they do have, enemies with Inglewood families. Inglewood family is a very large set, very large. You see what I'm saying? Inglewood right down the street. So it's a problem because it's basically you just deface, and they defaced the mural before. This is not just them, but I'm saying like the other Nipsey mural got vandalized. I don't know who did that, but this has happened before. This also happened in like another state, I think in like Connecticut or something like that. Yeah,
Connecticut.
Yeah, this also happened before. I think that person was just on some BS, but like this man was like the face of the Rolling 60s, pretty much. You see what I'm saying? Like he was the face. He was a celebrity, but he was also from there first. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I get it if it's just the gang shit. I get it, right? But also, like, if you're an affiliate, non-affiliate, non-banger, whatever, that's not that's not the person to really do it to. The city love that boy. You see what I'm saying? When you talk about Nip, it's a very sensitive subject, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's a very tricky and sensitive subject because I'm not saying it can be life or death, but it's like you got to watch what you say around who. You see what I'm saying? Like some people will say, well, he wasn't known until, after he passed, stuff like that. And I understand everybody didn't catch on to the wave. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's, they listen to who they listen to. But it's like when you're talking about that dude, particularly in LA, like, you gotta watch how you say it because people love that dude. I'm talking about this person was a person that I've real deal seen who was accessible. You see what I'm saying? Like he'll help you out, he'll look out for you, but he was actually there. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't like a dude that was far away. and did some charity and just, took the credit for it.
Yeah.
This guy was on ground zero. So when you do that, you disrespect him like that. That's the problem. Like, now my thing is, I don't know if family's gonna back this little dude up or not. I don't know if they're gonna back him up or not. You back him up or not, it's a problem on the 60s side. But the 60s ain't no joke. I mean, they are very. See, that's the thing. What people got to understand about the 60s, they got the fame, they got the money, they have power. You see what I'm saying? That a lot of other gangs don't have. Not only are they have the numbers, because they're probably one or two largest Crips in LA, but they got power. You see what I'm saying? That's why they call it rich rolling, because them dudes been had money. They really like hustlers. You see what I'm saying? And they on the west side, so that part of town, they have access to all of that. They're the closest to Hollywood. You see what I'm saying? You stayed in the east side. I stayed all the way in the hundreds between Compton and Watts. I stayed in Willowbrook. See what I'm saying? So over there where they at, they got access to more stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like on the politics side, I just hope nothing happens to nobody. But when you disrespect a person like that, it's gonna be problems. So if I was that young dude, I don't even know if he in the state right now, to be honest with you. I don't know if maybe he was just high, or maybe he was just feeling like, you young and you making stupid decisions, because I done a lot of stuff too, not stupid enough to do that. You see what I'm saying? So I just feel like, on the politics side, it can go either way, but something gonna happen behind it. I promise you that. That's a promise. Yeah. Something gonna happen. Something gonna happen behind it. Yeah.
And it's crazy, because even if you are in another state, I mean, 60s are everywhere. Let
me tell you something, man. Neighborhood. I went to Atlanta. Neighborhood is everywhere. Just being in LA. Let me tell you, when I was growing up, I'm gonna tell you, people ask me all the time, what's the most false claim hood that you came across in LA? And it's the Rolling 60s Crips. Everywhere I go, it'll be from San Bernardino. I'm in Ontario, Riverside. It don't matter. Like, a person that they'll false claim, they'll be like they from the 60s. Even though
they heard of them boys in the hood. They heard of them boys in the hood. When the cops said that, the cops said, you were one of them rolling 60s, motherfuckers.
You one of them rolling 60s. That's what I'm saying. It's the most false claim hood in LA. Everybody want to be from 60. But only a select, like, you knew who was from there and you knew who wasn't. You see what I'm saying? But if they'll tell you quick, like, oh, you're from 60. Nah, I know you're not. You false claiming. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? So they're very popular. They got the numbers. They deep. Neighborhood, they got the alliance. See, that's another thing, too, you got to watch out for. Because families is a very large set now in Englewood. They outnumber Queen Street, Weirdos, all of them. Avenue, Power, all of them. Families is huge now. Don't get it twisted. But when you got to think in the neighborhood, the alliance, man, you got Compton neighborhoods, you got the blocks, 5-5, all of them, 30s, 40s. I heard like 40s or 60s had like a little rift. I don't know if they still neighborhood, maybe not. I don't know. But you still got 90 all the way to the hundreds. Like, that alliance with neighborhood is deep. And them boys deep. You see what I'm saying? So if it's like a clicked up type of thing, then nah, that's a problem. You see what I'm saying? Nipsey Hussle put his life on the line, man, for that store and everything he put around there. You know, he had people in that Fat Burger, that same restaurant, that he faced that mural. He put the Crenshaw uniforms on them. He had a lot of stuff going on, man. The back to school drives. I mean, for you to do that to that person, that's disrespectful. And like I say, it's very tricky, because people's emotions, when you start saying things about him, certain things about him, it can go upside down. You feel me?
Yeah, man. Well, hopefully we don't lose any lives to this, but unfortunately, like you said, it's probably negative's gonna happen. Not endorsing it, but it is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is, unfortunately. Damn, man. Yo, Big Scooby, it's been a pleasure, man. Do you have anything you want to promote? You know, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, you can do my Instagram at DJ_Hood HODD. That's DJ_Hood HODD. That's Division out. Thank you for having me on, homie.
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace.